What's going on, peeps? It's your boy Big D right here in the city of Pomona. About to drop a content about these young children that are coming over the border, that are being separated from their mothers and their fathers, their guardians. I just thought I'd just touch on this subject because it's very important that we just keep educating ourselves and keep seeing what's going on around our communities and follow up on the accountability of the system, of the city, basically, the governors and whoever is responsible for these children right here. Like I said, I'm in the city of Pomona right now. I'm not too far, it's not too far from where I reside at. So I just thought it would be very important to see what's going on. Like you said, most of you who know my channel, it's about educational, it's about bringing darkness into light, exposure, and just making sure that things are going according to what they're supposed to be doing. So like I said, lo and behold, I don't know if you guys know that there's about to be, I know yesterday, Saturday, there's 250 children that were brought here yesterday from what they say, if you read it, the detention centers, I guess in Texas, Arizona, all across the United States. And it's pretty funny how they call it a detention center. These children, haven't even broke a law. They haven't even committed a crime, but they're detained like animals. Me myself, I was detained as a criminal because I broke the law. I mean, what law are they breaking? But like I said, I'm right here in Pomona, trying to see, what you guys think about this. What's your opinion? It's not about if you're black, white, brown, Asian, Mexican. We have to be accountable regardless of what's happening, what's taking place. Is this a system that we could believe in? Can we really believe in this system in so many ways? The system has failed us. The system has, dictates how things come out. And they're not always the right way. So right now, checking up and following up, I'm just hoping and praying that these children, they could trust in the system. They're being separated, like I said, from their parents, their guardians, and that alone is probably pretty scary. Me being raised without a father, even though the main head figure of the household, I was still, able to sustain some kind of accountability in my life because of my grandparents and, my aunts and my uncles who were there for me, kind of showed me some kind of stability, a foundation, and it was me that made the mistakes growing up. I made some bad choices, but that became on me. But what about these children right here? I mean, what do you guys think about the system? What do you guys think that, the outcome of this generation? Are this going to be a lost generation? Are these children going to be just here detained? Now they're in a facility. If you read it, I was reading up on it, on the internet. And they were saying, they have a soccer field that, they're going to be able to get medical attention and some kind of counseling, some therapy. I mean, but just think of all the trauma they've been through. Just think of, the obstacles and the circumstances they had to encounter. I mean, to me alone, I can't imagine, I have a daughter, and I just can't imagine, like, wow, the things that I would do just to make sure that my daughter, has some kind of freedom. I mean, that's what basically it's all about, and it's just, let's get into some serious situations, and some topics right here, it's just, this is the land of the home of the free, where, you make it what it is, this is a country where, opportunities, they're right in your platform, it's in your hands. We wake up every day and we're on this side and, we're privileged, and these children are coming over from their families, they're sacrificing, they're separating themselves, they're doing everything they can, to make sure that, their generation, where they're coming from and their circumstances, are better. Core values, what are the core values for them? Are they going to be obstructed? Are they going to be able to, are they going to teach them, the right things they need to, as young children growing up? Are they going to influence the education behind it? the trauma, not having their parents around, like I said, are they going to get that medical attention that they need, psychologically, mentally, socially? I mean, it's mind blowing. But I pray, that you out there, the audience, follows up, check it out. You guys take it into consideration. Like I said, it's they have people from Mexico coming over. Well, they're just being spread across the United States. So lo and behold, that's my background. I'm Chicano. I'm brown skinned. I'm proud of my heritage, where I come from. I'm still trying to learn my history and the things where I came from, and like they say, it's like I told you guys before, where they say, where you from, know your background, know your roots, man. Know where your grandparents came from and your great grandparents came from. I just found out, like I said, lo and behold, like this year, my uncle kind of told me, I asked him a question, and I never knew. Like I said, hey, where did Grandpa come from? And he was just like, I was in Caliente in Mexico. And I don't even know where that's at, to tell you the truth. I know it's by, if I'm correct, don't quote me on this, but it's near the state of Chihuahua, or in the state of Chihuahua. I would love to go down there and check out that city, lo and behold, just to see where my roots came from. It's crazy because, like, we're in the streets, they tell you, oh, where you from? And right away we acknowledge, oh, I'm from Whittier, I'm from here, I'm from Burbank, I'm from Gardena, from Riverside, San Bernardino. It's to me, it's a lot of what made sense at that time when I was younger, that doesn't make sense with me now, And now these children, when you tell them where they're from, who knows if they even know where they're going to come from? Who knows if they're going to be educated, if they're going to ever be reunited with their family, and they're going to be able to discuss, like, hey, Mom, where did we come from? It's pretty amazing. It's pretty sad. It's pretty mind blowing. And I just pray that these children get that opportunity to find out, to be reunited with their family, and to get that opportunity. What they expect from us, as a community, is try to, I guess what I'm doing right now is trying to acknowledge, and make sure that, these kids, are just being, being a voice for them. Making sure that, that, like I said, the city, the state, the country is being accountable for, how they're raising these children. And what they're going to do is, they say it's a temporary facility, so, if it's only temporary, then what's going to happen in the long run? I guess the ages are from 7 to 14 years old, man. That's a long time. There's so much things that can happen between those 5 to 7 years. And it's just like I said, everything, our minds, like they say, is like a sponge, man. Whatever we gravitate and we learn as we're young, that's where our lifestyle is going to be in the future. So we can't say all these children are going to be okay. All these children are going to be fine. They're going to be okay. They're going to be productive to society. They're going to go out there. They're going to be functional. I mean, really, come on. I don't know why, these parents or these guardians will put these kids in, to these extreme measures. I mean, it's just, like I said, it's pretty crazy. But the expectations are, the expectations are I would say 50-50 maybe. What do you guys think? What do you guys think that, how these kids in the long run, how it's going to affect them? Leave some comments. It's always good that we just, communicate back and forth, and we discuss this amongst each other. We collaborate, and like I said, we just be a voice to them. So, like I said, what's going to be said, what's really going to be told out there, who's going to go and be a voice for these children, who's going to go and really participate in what's going on. I know that, they're accepting volunteers over here. I know, if you feel that you need to come over here and be a voice or participate in any way you can, hey, come down. I advise you, man. I advise you to get involved with, like they say, always get involved with your community, right? Always get involved with your state. Always get involved with your country. Participate in any way you can. Don't take things for granted. And we wake up, like I said, and it's just like, wow, there's children that are being so-called detained. And it's just like, wow, and I just can't, like I said, I can't expect that. I can't process that amongst you know, my thoughts. But lo and behold, I'm right here being a voice for the children, you know. And like I said, today's May 2nd. You know, Cinco de Mayo is coming up. You know, as a Hispanic, you know, some history that's, you know, taking place. But at the same time, there's a reality that's going on. You know, there's children, you know, that are coming from Central America, South America, Mexico, and you know, that's where our roots come from. You know, lo and behold, I was born in this land of, you know, opportunity, the land of the USA. And there's still reality taking place. You know, now the borders are, like you say, they're being flooded. People are coming over here because of all the wars that are happening, all the drugs, all the families that are being abused, the trauma, like I keep elaborating on. And it's just like, now, lo and behold, here are the children right here. And it's pretty sad, you know. You know, us as people, you know, what I'm trying to do is I wanna plant a seed, you know. And what I mean by that is just like, hey, you know, I'm out here like trying to be a voice, you know, what kind of seed. What I'm trying to do is just give you guys some information, you know. A seed, when it's planted, I'm trying to put water in it so it could grow. You know, hopefully you guys understand it, or take, you know, the understanding, try to understand. It's like, man, you know, you guys are blessed. You know, we're fortunate to come over here. You know, that is right. You know, I could wake up and go to school. I could, you know, have this opportunity, or else I could just stay at home and just, you know, let mom take care of me. It's just crazy how things are going. You know, I didn't really have that opportunity. Like I said, I didn't have my father. So as soon as I got older, you know, I felt like I was in some kind of like, you know, an orphan myself. You know, I felt like, man, you know, I don't have no guardians or nothing myself. And I can imagine how these kids feel. You know, we always got to put yourself in people's shoes. Remember that. That's what I do. You know, somebody that's upset or something that's going, you know, as an alcoholic, a drug addict. You know, I always, you know, it's cause and effect. Like, you know, if you guys keep looking at my content, I'm going to keep elaborating on that and that and that all the way. You know, it's a spiritual thing, you know. It's trauma, it's abuse, you know. Things, lo and behold, you know, the circumstances, the situation, not all of us are born in a white mansion. Not all of us have that privilege where we could go and you know, we get to go to the best schools and the best education and stuff like that. I mean, look what's happening right here. These kids they come from thousands of miles of suffering just to gain that opportunity. And now they're in our backyard. You know, so, you know, you guys give me your information. You know, leave me comments, man. You know, like I said, you know, I'm coming out. You know, this is my new channel. You know, like they say, you know, you want the dirty news, you got to get out there and get it. You know, you got to go out there and expose it, promote it. You know, you guys want to see what's going on. Like I said, this is just some of the things that I was looking at. You know, my phone was talking about some certain situations that gives a bit more educational that's happening. So I'm going to read off, you know, I got some information on my phone. And like I said, you guys tell me what you think. It says the first group of children is set to arrive Saturday at the Pomona Fairplex. We're at the Pomona Fairplex, which is serving as a temporary shelter for unaccompanied minors amid in the influx of migrants at the U.S.-Mexican border. And like I said, so you guys see what's been going on for the last couple of months. The border's been packed. You know, at that point they started separating the children from their parents. And now some of the children are here. So let's continue. In this 487-acre place, the capacity is to take 2,500 children with the first 250 expected to arrive Saturday. Like I said, today's May 2nd, and yesterday was May the 1st. So let's keep it real, since that's my channel. So now we know that there's 250 children that are in there. And what's crazy, because if this place is, when COVID came out, you know, this was a testing place right here, right? I got tested here a few times before I got COVID. And now it's a place where, you know, you get your shots, you get vaccinated. And now this place is, you know, it's a place where they're holding, you know, children, you know, that were brought over illegally. And so it's pretty crazy, you know, how this facility on the city of Pomona, you know, it's kind of like, okay, are they doing good deeds here? Are they trying to help the community and the residents and what's happening? I mean, this place has been taking a lot of accountability and responsibility for the last, you know, COVID year and a half, or almost 2 years already. So it's just like, you know, that's a brain boggle for me. It's wow. You know, I give a lot of props to the people who are working right here. You know, let's acknowledge them. You know, like I said, these kids are going to be fed 3 meals a day. You know, maybe go out and have some playtime. You know, some school time. I mean, it straight up sounds like a detention center to me. You know, but I'm just keeping it real. You know, but hopefully it's a better place than where they were, right? Hopefully, you know, they're out there and things are taking place, and you know, they get at least a little peace of mind. You know, that's what we want. These kids have a little peace of mind. But let's continue to read. It also says that, you know, the children, their age range will be between 7 and 14. Okay, you know, those are some tough years right there. You know, are they going to be all together? Are they going, with the 14-year-olds going to be with the 17-year-olds? Because, you know, a lot of anger, emotional situations, tensions. You know, they start arriving, and you know, you have somebody that's 14 years old hanging around with somebody that's 8 or 9. You know, a lot of abuse goes on. You know, but I'm pretty sure this place, you know, has it pretty sewed up. Hopefully, praying. And it's like I said, let's keep going on. Most of the children will be from El Salvador and Guatemala, according to the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. Cool. They will likely arrive in buses from San Diego, Arizona, the Rio Grande Valley, and other locations throughout the day on Saturday. Wow. So like I said, they're just coming around from everywhere around the country. Excuse me. At the Pomona Fairplex, the children will be provided with classes, mental health services, medical attention, and translator. I mean, I can imagine, like I said, the people that are working here, man, you know, hopefully, you know, I'm pretty sure there's a lot of translators that understand the English and the Spanish and stuff like that, but it's just like, wow, these are foreign territories, man. These children went from trauma to, like, they made it to the United States. Like, where's the reality check on that? You know, they're young, and that's something that they're going to remember for the rest of their life, probably, man. That's pretty crazy. Let's keep it real on that. It's one of several temporary shelters across the country the federal government is to opening for children. Now, the number of unaccompanied migrant kids held at the U.S. Customs and Border Protection Centers has dropped nearly 84% since last month's peak. Remember, you know, these last couple of months, last month, man, there was a bunch of children that were trying to get across. First, a coronavirus testing site, like I said, and then a vaccination place. And now, you know, a detention center for, you know, children who were detained, you know, over the border. You know, hopefully this is a safe place for them. It's a company where they get to go. And I pray that, you know, they get the attention that they need. So let's keep moving forward. These children, as you know, have endured abuse, persecution, deep poverty, and violence, and they are seeking simply refuge here in the United States. Wow, I just elaborated on that. So, you know, you just can imagine their mindset, man. You know, like I said, you know, what do you guys think about that? You know, what is your opinion on how these children, you know, where they're coming from, a war-torn country? You know, it's just places where there's just a bunch of violence. You know, all the gangs down in Central America and stuff like that. So, you know, just think about it, man. Let's just make sure we keep these children in prayer. You know, some kind of let's make sure we can contribute in one way or another. Maybe we can come by. You know, you can call the facility. You know, maybe let's just check up on the detention center. Period. You know, to see what they're doing. Hey, what's going on? You know, how are they treating these kids? I know another thing too is that there's also children that are being come over here, and from my understanding, there's children that were being dropped off in Long Beach too, in their convention center. But like I said, I'm in this part of town, so I just thought I'd just come by and just give, you know, see what's going on and give you a little collab, you know, on, you know, the migrant children that are here. Let's keep reading. So I guess what it's saying, oh yeah, it does say that right here. Since we toured, you know, the facility in Long Beach on a daily basis, we've been getting about 30 to 45 calls from parents. You know, hopefully, you know, basically, hopefully these children do come back and they get to reunite with their family. It's very important that, you know, they connect back to their mothers and their fathers, you know, their grandparents, whoever they came in, you know. Like I said, they're going to have to, who knows the process, all that's going to take, you know. Who even knows if, you know, they were taught to lie, you know, there's a lot of unknowns, you know, factors around here. there's a lot of unknown, you know, scenarios of what's taking place. Like I said, it's pretty crazy. I could just only imagine the journey, you know, and the, you know, the conquest, you know what I mean? The adventure that, you know, the horror adventure they probably took just to get here. But, you know, now they're here. So, you know, lo and behold, let's just pray, man. Like I said, I'm going to keep elaborating that, you know, or trying to just get involved in your community and hold, you know, the state accountable, you know, hold the country, you know, the Department of Immigration accountable. You know, since they say, you know, if you notice that by Joe Biden, you know, on one of his conference, you know, he talked about, he said to, hey, you know, let everybody come over, you know, everybody's welcome over here. And now as soon as that, you know, all the children are here, it's a reality. So, you know, we got to turn our, you know, our realities into realities, man. You know, to be a family, it's very important, man. You know, like I said, you know, you know, to be together, you know, it's very important, man. You know, like I said, you know, I wouldn't want it any other way, man. Like I wouldn't want to be, you know, throw me at a child's age, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 years old, and you're just thrown into, like, man, you don't even know who this person is. Like, where's your family at? I mean, maybe they were taught, maybe they were, you know, educated and schooled, and like, hey, when you come over here, this is what's gonna happen, this is what's gonna happen, this is what's gonna happen. But it's just like, you know, as soon as it happens, you forget about whatever they taught you. I remember, like, my homeboys taught me about jail. Hey, well, jail's like this and jail's like that. You know, you're gonna take care of this. And as soon as I got to jail, I forgot everything they said, and I had to learn on my own. I felt like a foreigner. You know, in a place of with a bunch of men from different areas, different neighborhoods. Imagine how they feel. Man, they're coming from different places, and just now, like, man, they're in a facility that's, you know, that's taking care of them. And that's just straight up jail right there, to me. You know, but, you know, in jail, you know, they have doctors, they have educators, you know, they have counselors and stuff like that. But, you know, when you're a young man or older man, you already know, you know, you already been through those tough times, man. These kids are just barely gonna go through it. So, lo and behold, like I said, it's just, you know, plant a seed, man. You know, plant a seed, and just, you know, it's one generation to another generation to another generation. How many generations are they going to keep allowing this to happen? When are these countries going to be accountable? You know, when is it going to stop being, I ain't going to say the United States' problem or the United States' fault, you know, because, you know, I'm pretty sure the United States is doing the best that it can. But then again, you know, when is the government going to also over here going to start taking accountability and responsibility, and how we, you know, dictate, you know, who's allowed over here and who's not. You know, like I said, my background comes from, you know, a Mexican, you know, descendants. You know, I remember my great grandfather, you know, was involved in the Braceros program. I don't know if many know what that even is, but like I said, educate yourself. You know, find out where your roots are at. You know, lo and behold, you know, just give yourself an opportunity to learn about, you know, I mean, where we come from. You know. You know, I've been to Mexico a few times, and it's rich and it's beautiful out there. And, you know, I just pray that these children will have this opportunity to go back and find their roots, man. Because, you know, even though this was part of, you know, United States was part of Mexico before, you know, but throughout the transition, the wars, and, you know, gaining everything, it's just like, it's all the United States now. So, but, you know, like I said, this is Big D in the city of Pomona. I'd like to give everybody, whoever looks at this video, you know, give me a, you know, like and subscribe, give a good shout out, leave me some comments. Like I said, I'm just out here, you know, being the ghetto anchor man, I guess. But, you know, lo and behold, this is, you know, when I saw this information, I've been hearing about it, you know, when I found out, like I said, these children would be over here in Pomona, I just thought, like, wow, man, that's just right in my backyard. So you never know when things are happening until, like I said, you know, it hits home, and this is real close to home. So, you know, shout out to everybody that's out there, that's looking. Like I said, you know, subscribe to my channel. It's Big D, keeping it real. You know, we're right here just doing our thing. You know, we'll get at you. You know, keep these people, these children in prayer, and we'll just go from there, man. Appreciate you guys for looking at this channel. Like I said, like and subscribe, leave a comment, and we'll go from there. God bless.